Hello everyone, in this video we're going to talk about outpost building, the main features, the most important buildings, how to link between planets and between systems, and also how to link your outpost to other cities. Watch until the end to get some more tips and tricks along the way. In order to build a base, of course, we will need a planet or a moon where to start. So we have northeast of Alpha Centauri, you have the Nerion and Valo systems. We'll go to Nerion, and here we have a moon that it's a good place to start an outpost. Andraphon has helium, aluminum, iron, beryllium, and some europium, but you don't need that yet. So you need to scan. If you haven't, check out my scanning tips video that I previously posted. I suggest you do that. If you know about scanning and how it works, we can just continue. So what we want to do is find a spot on the planet where we have all the resources possible, if not at least aluminum and iron, and helium will be nice, beryllium it's a plus. We have the elements in different colors. We have iron, which can be found in the mountains. We have beryllium, aluminum, helium, which can be found in the craters. What we need to do is find a place where the two biomes meet. The colors won't meet on the map. We will only see mixed colors like we have here for different resources if they are for the same biome. But since we have mountains and craters, we won't see this brown reddish meet the other colors. Okay, so let's pick a spot where we can find. So here we have mountains, craters. Okay, let's pick this landing spot and see how lucky we are. Once landed, we need to open up the scanner and hit R for the outpost, and we can see that we have available resources, helium and beryllium over here. Since we know that iron is in the mountains and we need to get there, you can see the different color of the ground. Here are the craters and the gray are the mountains over there. So let's run fast over there. Okay, so we have an area here where we can mine everything. Of course, we also need to consider the patch sizes. So since I don't need that much beryllium, I'm gonna place it maybe over here. And I'm gonna toggle the view and see what we can build. So we have helium extractor that we can place here. Aluminum, we have a big patch here. Beryllium, I guess somewhere over here. We can fit a couple of extractors there. Europium if we want it, and iron. We also have a couple of iron patches here. If we move more to the right, we'll miss the ones on the left. It depends on the luck, you might find a better location. So first thing first, what we want to do is build iron extractors and aluminum. As you can see on the left, top left corner, we need, in order to build an extractor, we need 5 iron, 4 aluminum and 2 tungsten. Tungsten we don't have on this planet. We can mine it manually on another planet, or we can buy it. You can buy all the resources from vendors. In all major cities you will find vendors that sell materials for crafting and for building. If you don't have enough resources to build, What you can do is track the recipe by hitting the R button, and you'll see I'm tracking the minerals on different recipes, but you'll see a magnifying glass next to the resource, and in inventory, in the shop, and also on the planet where you scan. So if you don't have the resources to build, just mine or buy from vendors and then come back to the outpost. I'm gonna place iron extractors over here. I'm gonna build as many as I can. You should build as many as you can. After that, you need to power the extractors. In order to do that, you have an option to build solar arrays, windmills if you are on a planet that has atmosphere, and you can also build fuel generators which need helium in order to operate and produce 20 power compared to the 6 power that the solar array produces. Let's build some solar arrays. Of course, again, if you don't have the resources and you didn't came prepared, in the beginning you'll probably have a few resources, later on you'll have plenty. You can just track and untrack as you see fit the recipe in order to gather or buy the materials. Let's build some solar arrays, and you see in the bottom right corner we have 30 in red. That means that we need 30 power in order to operate the base. In the beginning you can start with maybe 2 of each extractors, 2 iron, 2 aluminum and so on, but you have the materials, just build how many you can. And we'll build some solar arrays. I'm trying to fit them as close as possible in order to save some space. I'm gonna build another row because we will need some power for the other extractors, but you can see now we have total power of 48 and we need power of 30. We're producing 10 minerals per minute. Okay, what we want to do is now store the resources that we are mining. So we are gonna switch to the storage, and we need to have solid containers. These ones need iron, aluminum, adaptive frames. Adaptive frames can be crafted, so we will also build a crafting bench here and we'll craft those. But one reason that you might want to have a base that has iron and aluminum is you can craft adapted frames from those. So if you don't have adapted frames and you have the base set here, let's just switch really fast to how you can build those. I'm gonna build aluminum extractors. Okay, so we have them here. I'm just gonna put the extractors away from the other buildings. We have a lot of space, so I'm just gonna build, I don't know, maybe 6 of those. So we have 6 iron, 6 aluminum. We can build more, of course, but we are low on tungsten for now, so we'll need to go get some and come back. We need to build more solar arrays. Now I have 66 power and we can mine aluminum and iron. Let's build a storage, and this is one thing that I've seen a lot of players and a lot of videos on YouTube have. So they have like storages in the middle, and they put and they link all the extractors to the boxes in the middle. So I'm gonna show you the difference and how it looks. Okay, so if you have your storage somewhere here in the middle, what I've seen so many people do is they will link the extractors to the crates over here, So in order to store in boxes the minerals, you have to right click and then drag to a storage container. I'm gonna put on the top for now, it doesn't really matter, I'm gonna change it anyway. Okay, so they will have something like this, and with all the lines, and of course when you start to build more extractors and more boxes, you'll have a lot of red lines on the screen and in your base. What I like to do is something else. So I'm just gonna switch from this view mode, and in order for a line to be deleted, you need to point at it and hold the R button. And you'll delete all the linked buildings. I mean, not the buildings, but all the links from the buildings. In order to keep the base more clean, what you want to do is put a storage next to your extractors, and then you can link the extractors to the storage. You can do it from this view, but you have to pan around with the screen a lot, especially when you have multiple extractors. So what I found it's easier to do is just be in this mode and do it like this. Now you have all the extractors going to one box over here, and then you only put one link to the mass storage that you will probably build. Now this is like only 2x3, 6 boxes, but you in the end you'll have really big storage for all your resources. So just link to this one, and we'll do the same for the others. Okay, open up the building menu, go to storage, build a solid storage wherever you want. So I'll put it right here, and then I will start linking Okay, so we have 6, and you also can connect the other boxes better this way. So we want to go there. Once the extractors gather minerals, they will go to that box, and from that one to this one. And we want to make a big link here. So link one to the next, and this will fill first. You can see it already has 51% filled, and this one will send the materials this way. You can link them whatever direction you want, and we'll do the same for this one. This one is already at 82%. Okay, now that we have the minerals already being collected in these storages, what we want to do is build more stuff. So we have so far aluminum and iron extractor. We will build helium in a few minutes. Now what we want to do is have an industrial bench. I suggest putting it near the outpost. If the items rotate too fast and you cannot align them properly, you can change the settings in the settings menu. You can also build this in Outpost, but for now we're gonna focus on mining. I'm not gonna build everything. I'm gonna build a research lab, and we also want a bed. Now that we have somewhere we can craft stuff, we can go to the industrial workbench. Go to industrial workbench, and you can see you can craft here adaptive frames. You need iron and aluminum. If you have enough materials, each crafting will give you, each crafted items will give you 1 XP. So you can also increase your XP gain by crafting. We'll have some tips at the end regarding this, but for now we're gonna focus on actually building the base. So we crafted adaptive frames, and now we can build as many storage boxes that we need. Okay, one other thing you can do, this is why we built a bed, is you cannot wait until each box will be filled, so you can just rest for a couple of hours. 1 hour here, it's around 5 hours, around 6 hours in universal time, so let's just sleep for 6 hours. And now you'll see that the boxes are all full. They will have this animation and go to 100%. Okay, in order for you to pick up the resources, you can go and pick from the last box, and normally this should fill up again. Once it goes to 0%, it will start to fill up again, and you can pick from that one, or you can pick from all of them. But a better way to do this is actually use a different building, and this one is the transfer container. So the transfer container is a bigger storage that you can use to transfer items from the containers to the ship. We'll build one here. Another building that you want to build in your outpost is the landing pad. You have the landing pad small, which is for small ships, and you have the landing pad with ship builder where you can customize your ship, and this is the one that you will need. So I'm just gonna build this one here. Of course, you will need resources in order to get everything. You'll need iron, 0 wires, which you can craft, beryllium, and adaptive frames. And you can only have 1. Once you build that, you can summon your ship by going to this console here. View and modify ship, make another ship your home ship, and then make your main ship as a home ship, and this should spawn the ship there. Yeah, you cannot see it, but it is here. So if you fast travel here again, you'll be able to see it. One other thing that you can do is store everything. Going to the cargo hold, your inventory, and store all the resources. Adaptive frames weight a lot, so now I can store this. Even though I cannot see the ship, it is there. Getting back to how you can transfer items and pick everything faster, if you link that storage box to this transfer container, you'll see that it already has 400 minerals here, right? So how you can transfer items from this one to your ship, if you go to the ship cargo hold, and then you can switch to the inventory, and then you can switch to the outpost. Here you'll see the items that are stored in the building that we just built. You can just store everything, and this will store in the ship's cargo and not in your inventory. This is how it should work. This was how it was designed, but now you have to exit the menu, and you'll see that you already have another 400 minerals, 400 aluminum here. So instead of doing this menu transfer items thing, you can just take 400, take everything.
Any situation, but there are practical limits, no?
Okay, so now I have in my inventory 478, and if I had more aluminum there, I can take more and just transfer it from your inventory, because you can transfer more in one go. If you go to the outpost information here in the building menu, you'll see that you have some important information here. In the top right, in the bottom right, we have production. We produce 20 items per minute. That means 20 minerals, 10 iron, and 10 aluminum. Of course, you can always wait to get your boxes filled with minerals, but you can also improve this production output. As you can see, if we use the scanner, we have the planet surveyed at 96%. So that means we are missing one resource in order to have 100%. So I'm gonna do this and scan this helium. And the planet is surveyed. Now you'll see that this outpost production rate is increased with the fully surveyed planet. So let's go through the menu for a bit. We have on this page, we have extractors. These buildings will be available based on the outpost that you have built, depending if you have patches that you can mine here. Since we have found a patch for each resource, we can build extractor for helium, aluminum, beryllium, europium, and iron. In order to have the extractors working, you'll need power. So you have the solar arrays that we placed, fuel generators, and some other lights here. Of course, each resource needs to be stored, so you have the transfer container, which we placed here and discussed, storage for solid, liquid, gas, and warehouse. Next on the list is the builder section, and here we have for now the simple fabricator, and let's place one and I'll show you how it works. We have the console and the fabricator, so make sure that you use the console. Here you can set what recipe you will automatically build. You can switch this and you'll see it's currently being built. We're gonna stick with adaptive frames for now, and we need iron and aluminum, and this needs to be linked from the boxes. So we have one and the other. Now we go back to the console and we can see how many we have in storage. So we have 29 and 25. Now that we have adaptive frames being automatically built, you will need to have one warehouse storage, and you will automatically store the items here like the other resources. Next on the list is the structure tab. Here you can build your outpost with watchtowers and hubs and whatever you want to build. you can just go crazy and use your imagination and build whatever you want. For now, we're gonna focus on production. So we have already placed an industrial workbench where we can manually craft and also get XP. You don't get XP by using the automatically crafting, so that's why people use this method to level up faster, gather a lot of materials in boxes and craft thousands of adaptive frames or other items that you can also sell and make some money. You have the cooking station, the workbenches, and the research lab. Why I built the research lab? Because you need some research in order to unlock more advanced buildings for your outpost. So if you go to outpost development, for each research will have a new unlock. So we have manufacturing level 1 unlocked here, so we can just craft automatically some basic items. We have decoration level 1 and robots level 1. We'll look at that tab in a few moments. And if you want more advanced buildings like advanced extractors, advanced storage and so on, you need to get some other skills like outpost engineering level 1, and as soon as you complete those you also need level 2. Then you have your defenses. Sometimes your outpost will be on a planet which have fauna. That means the aliens, the animals, the insects there will attack your outpost and you'll need some defenses. Yeah, I was saying about our outpost being attacked, and it seems that spending some time on this planet made some ecliptic enemies to attack us. You can only have 6 turrets in the beginning, so build the best ones that you can. Robots will increase your production rate of inorganic resources by 10. The sanitation mini bot, you have the garden mini bot that will increase the rate of organic resources, plants, and you have other robots. You have the engineering robot that will increases the manufactured items production, which we discussed, and there are some other unlocks that we'll discuss separately. You have the furniture. You can build this outside, or if you have habitation already built, you can place it there. You have decoration. You can have like storage crates where you can store items, you can put things on the wall and so on. You have displays where you can put your armor and weapons. This can also be built outside or inside. Yeah, usually it goes inside, but if you don't want to enter and exit the building every time, you can just place it on the under the sky. And you also have the miscellaneous tab where you can find different buildings. You have the scanner booster. This will increase the range of your hand scanner, and you have variants for it. You have the normal one, you have the advanced one. This will triple the range of your hand scanner, and you have the military grade and will increase the scanning range even more. This is useful only when you want to survey a planet and get the extra production increase, or if you want to survey the planet and don't care about the production. Next we have the cargo link and cargo link intersystem, and we'll build those two in a moment. You have the crew station. You'll need the crew station in order to assign crew to the outpost. So once you build one, you can go to the ship and hit the crew button, and here you'll see that you have your crew that you can assign. So for now, let's say we want someone that has something to do with outposts. Heller, we can set to the companion to our outpost. This is one that we are at. And when the outposts area refreshes, when you fast travel, you'll see your companions at the workstation and doing their stuff around the outpost. Next we have the ship landing pod builder that we talked about. We already built it. You can modify your ship there. You can summon the ship by going to the console. You see my ship landed over there instead of here. So you can just use the make home ship trick and it disappeared from here and from that, and it spawned it here. And you can use the menu to transfer goods. Next we have mission boards. You can place these items here. You have multiple variants, depends on what you unlocked.
Decided to upgrade, have we?
And constellation for now, so you can take missions. Okay, you can unlock more buildings later on. You also can have the self-service bounty clearance, where you can clear a bounty and pay the fee without getting into trouble. Next we have cargo links, which are buildings to facilitate the transfer of resources between planets. So we have two of them, cargo links. These are used to transfer from planets in the same system. Next we have cargo link intersystem that are used to transfer goods, minerals, resources between planets that are in different systems. These buildings require helium in order to transfer from system to system. Okay, so let's see how they work. We'll place two of them. So we'll have one here and we'll have one cargo link intersystem here. They look the same, except the one that has inter-system link has also helium storage over there. Okay, so they have two boxes. One is for outgoing and one is for incoming resources. What you need to do in order to transfer from this planet to another planet is link one storage box to this outgoing and have it on the other planet. So for now, if we go to the console, we see that we don't have any available outposts. We also have some lights indicator. If it's red, it's not working, it doesn't have a link. So what we can do is, let's see, have that container here, they're linked to this one. And we should see some iron here. If we go to the console, we see that our outpost here has an iron production, and it's available for outgoing. In this window here, you also see if there are build resources needed that you can transfer from another outpost here. And when you have available outposts, you'll see what you can bring from those also. What we also need to do, and another tip that I want to share with you, is name your outpost. So for example, we have the outpost name is Andraphone Outpost 1. In order to name the outpost, you need to go to the beacon here. Okay.
Hey, what's up?
And a trick I like to do when naming is, you see the planet has different resources, and some you can mine and some you cannot at this outpost. And I want to have the resources in the name of the outpost, so I know when I'm doing transfer or when I'm searching for a mineral and on different planets and I want to go there. So we have helium, aluminum, iron, beryllium, and europium that we can actually mine at our outpost. If we had only two, we will only name the outpost with those two. So let's do this. In order to rename, you hit the R button, and we have helium, aluminum, iron, beryllium, and when you go to the map, you'll see that you have this bunker icon for each outpost that you have built, and you can also see it in different systems. So I have one here, and I have also in Erion and Valo. Okay, now that we have this one built here, I'm gonna go to a different planet in the same system, and I have an outpost on Crete, for example, where I have some minerals that I am already extracting. You can see here that I am already using the transfer links, and I'm sending or receiving minerals from other planets. Okay, so let's try and build a new cargo link. Well, we can't here, since we already have 3 of them. We cannot build another one. But what we can do is go to the social tab skill and go to outpost management. And if you get outpost management, you get additional cargo links that can be placed at outposts. So unfortunately I cannot unlock this right now, so what I'm gonna do is try to find another outpost. So here we have an outpost which has nothing built. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place the cargo link somewhere next to the outpost, and I'm also gonna build, actually no, I think it's enough. Cargo links don't require power, so that's all we need for now. We're gonna go to the console, and now we see that we have the outpost that we built on the other planet available here. We have 2 cargo links there. One is a normal cargo link and one is an intersystem. We don't need to use the intersystem because that will be used for sending resources to other systems. So we're just gonna use the cargo link, and we're gonna make a link with it. You see that we have available resources iron, and then we'll wait a bit. You'll see that we have yellow lights. That means that it's in progress, and we already see a ship that should contain some cargo. Let's see. No, this one doesn't. It has 0 in storage. There it is. The ship is arriving and should bring some iron. Okay, so once the ship landed, we should have some iron over here. Actually 320. Weird. Yeah, I guess it didn't show the previous one properly, but it delivered. Okay, so this is how you transfer resources from one planet to another. Okay, so in order to transfer to another system or even to other cities, because yes, you can transfer resources to cities or stations, and you can sell them for a better price that you would normally sell them at the trade authority. Now we need to fuel the intersystem cargo link, so we need to build some helium extractors. Okay, now that we have helium, we need to store it. Okay, when you link it, make sure that you don't link it to the outbound container, but to this one in the back. Okay, now that we slept for 1 hour, you can see that we already have 75 available helium. So that means this cargo link is able to send stuff across the galaxy. So in order to set up the intersystem cargo link, you need to do the same thing that you did with the cargo link, with the normal one, but this one will need helium and it will be available to transfer items to different systems. So you can transfer items to different outposts of yours, but you can also transfer to other space stations or cities. So what I mean by that, you can get quests to deliver resources. So if you go to Valo, for example, and you go to Polvo, if you go to Hopetown and go to Hope Tech and go to Sales, I guess, and talk with Inaya, you have an option to request delivery jobs.
So what we need is chlorine. We need a medium shipment, 2,000 units of it. Excellent. This invoice has the details.
We placed earlier some mission boards, and if we go to this one here, we see that we have some missions to transport, to destroy, but also to supply fluorine to Voli Alpha. And for this one, you need to actually create a cargo link to supply it. You cannot manually deliver, I mean, with your ship, the items. You need to create a link. So if we get this quest here, accept the mission, and let's put it as active. You'll see that now when you go to the console, you also have Neon and the supply mission a link available. So you can just link it, confirm it, and this one needs fluorine. Of course, you need output resources that matches this one. So on this planet we don't have fluorine, but if we found we find a planet like Nira which has fluorine and we build an outpost there, we can mine and link it to a cargo link intersystem, and then we can link that cargo link intersystem with the Neon City, and then we will be able to complete this supplies transfer. Two skills that you will need in order to build advanced outposts and on different planets are planetary habitation. This will allow you to build more outposts and also on more dangerous planets. And another one is outpost engineering, which will allow you to construct improved modules and research additional modules. So if we get this skill, and we go to our research lab, outpost development. One thing you may want to do first is have manufacturing level 2. This will allow you to increase the storage, so you can build medium storage modules. So we have a small one and a medium size. This one has 150 and this one has 300 storage capacity, which is double, of course. It's easier to manage bigger containers than multiple smaller ones. The thing about normal and medium containers is that they have double the capacity, but they don't take double the resources. So a normal one, small one, takes 6 iron, 5 aluminum and 3 adaptive frames, and the bigger one has takes 10 iron, 8 aluminum and 5 adaptive frames. So it's not double the resources needed to build. So once you have upgraded all your storages, you can just sleep for a couple of hours in order for all of them to fill, and then you can do mass crafting. Once the storages are full, you can go to the industrial workbench and just craft adaptive frames. Make sure you sleep before you craft, so you get 14 more extra XP, and just put your mouse over here at 99 and confirm. Double tap E and then click once, and you'll get into the rhythm and it will be fast. If you want to see a more advanced outpost video with animals and plants, or if you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll try to answer. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe for more. Have a great day. Bye bye.